Hello, we're in my van and I'm going to tell you about a little heater problem that I had, in the hope that the troubleshooting I did will help someone else who's got the same symptoms. So this is the van. It's a T5. It's a 1900 TDI 2008 model. It's nothing special. It's got no aircon, it's got no electric windows, it's got nothing. It's bog standard. But coming home the other night, I was driving along, the engine got up to temperature, but I was getting no warm air from the heater at all. From none of the vents, no matter where I put the dials, no warmth coming into the van at all. So I immediately thought it would be the cable on the back of the heater dial here. So I took the radio out, I took the top panel off, I took the heater panel out, had a look at the cable, both ends were connected and it was working absolutely fine. So I took it for another spin. The engine came up to temperature at normal town speeds. It was quite happy, but no warmth coming out of the heater at all. Got out onto a dual carriageway and put my foot down, and as I did so, the temperature came up from its normal 90, which is 12 o'clock position on the dial. It started to creep up towards the red. Now it never got to the red. Before it did so, it dropped back down again. It dropped back down to about 100 degrees, just above the normal working temperature, and that's where it sat when I was driving around town. So I brought it back home, scratched my head, and thought, thermostat. Got to be the thermostat we try first. So I changed the thermostat. Wasn't a big job, about an hour's work. Got to drain a little bit of fluid out of the radiator. But changed the thermostat, took it for a run. Exactly the same symptoms. Happy around town. Get it on a dual carriageway, temperature would come up, but no heat coming into the cabin at all. So I thought then must be water pump. So the van's got 106,000 miles on it at the moment, so it was due a cam belt soon anyway. So I don't have the tools to time the engine, so I farmed it out to a chap I know who's a Volkswagen trained mechanic. He's got his own little business locally, and it went in there earlier this week and he changed the cam belt and water pump. Now when he took the water pump out, he said, "Oh, I can't find anything wrong with your water pump, it's absolutely fine." But it wasn't fine, and you'll see what we found eventually when he got the pump out onto the bench. So I'll show you that shortly when I get into the shed. Right, so here we are. Here's the water pump on the bench. Now, when we took it out, it was looking absolutely fine. Doesn't look anything wrong with it. The cam belt was fine, so it was being driven perfectly. Impeller's fine. And when you turn it, absolutely wonderful. But when you turn it one end and hold the other end, no drive to it at all. So the shaft has gone in some way or another. So there we are, one knackered Volkswagen water pump. So if you get the same symptoms that I've told you about, try the water pump. It's obviously something that goes, and there we are. Might save you a little bit of money if you think it might be the head gasket or something more serious.